So far in this video series, we've been looking at passing chords one move at a time, which is a good way to learn them. But music doesn't happen one move at a time. It happens in phrases, in progressions, and in moments that flow from one to the next. So now I want to show you what it actually looks like to take everything we've covered and use it together in a real musical context. So let's build a phrase from scratch, first in C major, then in A minor. Then we'll add the passing chords in gradually, one at a time, so you can hear exactly what each one contributes, and then we'll put them all together. So here's our C major progression. So we have C major, F major, G major, F major, back to C. And that's a perfectly usable chord progression, but now let's start adding passing chords one at a time. First, let's add a chromatic passing chord approaching the F major from below. And so that will end up being E major, sitting right before that first F. And that one change gives the progression more forward motion. When we approach that first F major, there's now this sense of leaning in before we arrive. Now, let's add the flat 7 passing chord between G and the final F. So the flat 7 in the key of C major is B flat major. So between the G and the F, we're going to drop in a B flat. So now you can hear that descending momentum at the end. So it goes from G and then B flat down to F and back to C. So now this chord progression is going somewhere and then it comes back. Now, I'll add a diminished 7th chord approaching that final C major from below. So a half step below C, of course, is B, and so we'll use a B diminished 7th right before the C. So now you can hear the whole thing. So the chords we started with, of course, were C major, F major, and G major. Then, of course, it goes back to F and C. But now there's motion between every chord movement. There's color, there's direction. And the final resolution feels genuinely satisfying because of that diminished 7th chord. Build some tension there right before you get back to the C. So I've used 3 passing chords there in what is essentially 4 bars of music. And if we use them tastefully and they're spaced out, then each one serves a purpose. So now let's do the same thing in A minor. Same process. We'll start with a plain chord progression and we'll add 1 passing chord at a time, and you can listen to what each one contributes. So here's our basic progression. By the way, the chords I'm using here are constructed from the harmonic minor. So we're going to use E instead of E minor. So here's our progression. But now let's approach that E major from above with F minor. So remember our gospel minor move from an earlier video. Right before the E, we're going to drop in F minor. And so that F minor, sitting right before the E, gives the whole phrase this weight, this emotional pull. And the arrival on E now feels like a moment, not just a chord change. Now let's also approach the F major from below. A half step below F is E, and so we'll use E major as a passing chord right before the F. Yep, that's the same E major chord that we're also using as our 5 chord. And so, of course, context is everything in music. So here, you have a chord that's functioning as a passing chord because of where it is rhythmically. So you might have a progression that goes like this. And so you have the A minor, goes to the F, but it goes to the F by way of this E. And so this E major chord right before the F is quick. It's just a beat. And then we're on to the F. Basically, it's a passing chord, and then it's the dominant 5 chord. And so rhythm and placement determine the function. You get A minor, 3 beats, E to F. So the E is a passing chord. 4 beats on the F. 2 beats on the F minor, another passing chord, and then 2 beats on E. Now it's E, the 5 chord, leading us back to the minor 1 chord. Well, let's add a diminished 7th chord before we get to that A minor chord. A half step below A is G sharp, so right before we get to that last chord, we will pass through a G sharp diminished 7th. First passing chord, another passing chord, and then, so we have A minor, E passing chord, F minor passing chord, E, and then G sharp diminished 7th passing chord to A minor. So you remember we started with this basic progression, A minor, F, E, A minor. But now with these passing chords, it has more depth, more tension and release, and it has a quality that makes you want to hear it again because some of those chords feel like a bit of a surprise. Every chord arrival is prepared and every resolution feels earned. Now I want you to notice that at no point did I change the underlying chord progression. The bones of the music, if you like, the key, the chords, the structure, stayed exactly the same from the very first example to the last. And so all I did was add what you might want to call connective tissue between the chords. And that connective tissue is what transformed a functional progression into something that is moving. It actually moves you. Passing chords, and this is a key thing I want you to remember, passing chords don't replace your harmonic foundation, they reveal it. They show the listener the path between the chords instead of just the chords themselves. So I've thrown a lot of stuff at you in these last 3 videos, or these 3 videos, I should say. How do you practice this? And why should you practice this? Well, picture somebody watching a tutorial like this and they get excited, they've learned some new things, you sit down at your instrument, but then you try to do everything at once. You get overwhelmed and then the whole thing just kind of sits in the back of your mind unused. I don't want that to happen to you. So very quickly, here's how to practice everything that you've learned in this video series on passing chords. Step 1, pick one key. Not 2, not every key, You'll go to every key eventually, but right now, pick one key. Whatever key you're most comfortable in. We've been working in C major, in A minor, and you can start there. The goal is to get one passing chord so deeply under your fingers that it stops being something you think about and starts being something you just do. So, step 1, pick a key. Step 2, pick one passing chord from this video series. I would recommend starting with the chromatic approach from below. It works in every key, and it's easiest to hear when it's working. So take a 2-chord movement you already know well. Find the target chord. Build a major chord 1/2 step below it and just practice moving through that passing chord cleanly, slowly until the fingering is automatic. Let's take C to F. This is the 1 chord to the 4 chord. And this chromatic passing chord will almost always work. So the target chord is F. 1/2 step below F is E. And so you have C, E, F. Now this doesn't need to be musical straight away. It doesn't have to have any rhythm or feel, but at this stage you're just teaching your hands where to go. Musicality comes later. Consistency comes first. So step 1, pick a key. Step 2, pick a passing chord. Step 3, put it in context. Once that move feels comfortable, we can put it inside a real progression. And you can put that passing chord in just one spot. In fact, let's take a song like Amazing Grace. Right? But we can put the passing chord in there. Or how about another one like Home on the Range? You can find other songs that contain a 1 to 4 progression. Depending on the melody, sometimes it'll work, other times it may not, but your ear will tell you. And step 4, expand gradually. After step 3, feel solid. You've been working with that one type of passing chord. You start expanding. You could actually try that same passing chord in a different key. There's Amazing Grace again. We have the passing chord going from G. We know we're going to go from 1 to 4, and so we'll put that passing chord in there. Or you can even try a second passing chord in your original key. Build your vocabulary one passing chord at a time. One passing chord used with confidence and taste is worth 10 passing chords used awkwardly and self-consciously. Remember what I said at the beginning in the very first video of this little 3-video series. Passing chords are a seasoning, not the main dish. The musicians you admire who use these moves fluently didn't get there by cramming them in everywhere they could. They got there by taking one idea, living with it, making it their own, and moving to the next one. So I would encourage you to take a song that you already know, one that you already know how to play, a song that you love, and try to find one place in that song where a passing chord could fit. You're not rewriting the song. You're just finding one moment where a stepping stone between 2 chords would feel natural. I encourage you to sit down at your keyboard and try one of these moves. Doesn't matter which one. It doesn't matter if it doesn't sound perfect right away. Just try it once and then come back here and leave a comment and tell me which passing chord you tried and what progression you used it in. If you've been following my channel for a while, you know that I read and make my best effort to respond to every single comment that I receive. And I genuinely love to hear what you're working on. If this video series was useful to you, please share it with other musicians whom you think would get something out of it. That's how this channel grows, by the way. It's not through the algorithms or through different kinds of tricks. It's just through viewers like you sharing things that have actually helped you. And I appreciate that very, very much. And finally, if you want to take this a step further, I did a video on chord substitutions. And that's where you don't just add chords between the existing ones like you would with passing chords, but you actually replace chords with more colorful alternatives. So if passing chords are like the stepping stones between chords, substitutions, they're like the scenic route. And it's a great next step from here. So I'll leave a link to that video in the description, and I will come back to the subject of chord substitutions in a future video. So thank you for spending this time with me, and now let's go make some beautiful music.